Hi, I'm Laura Bartow from Studio One Stampers. Welcome to week 6 in my Sale-a-Bration free projects. This has been so much fun. Sale-a-Bration is coming to a close at the end of February, and I don't want you to miss out on all these amazing free products. Today I have a really fun product for you. This is called Detailed Dogwood. It's a stamp set. And one of the things that I absolutely love about Stampin' Up! Is their artistry. I love how this is so beautifully designed. The detailed artwork, the beautiful shading, all of the things. And what's really fun is this particular stamp set has a lot of different elements in it, more than just one of the flowers. Anyway, let me show you what I've done. I've paired this with our Mostly Adored Designer Series paper. You might remember this. It goes with so many different things, but it is a gold and white on one side, and then the other side are the pinks and reds. And I've taken it off to a little different coloration. I've used Melon Mambo here instead of either of the reds that are here, just to show you the versatility of this great gold and white paper. It's found in our Sale-a-Bration brochure almost at the end. Here we are. It's over here on this side, and you can see how beautifully these cards and projects are for this. Now, I've paired it with a couple of things from the mini catalog, and you know I've been doing that all along because everything coordinates so beautifully together, and I love it when you can get something free and coordinate with great products. So here are the things that I've coordinated this with. This is the Perennial, let's see, the Perennial Postage dies. Now, can you see the shape of all of them? You can see the shape I've used here. Just so many different shapes, just a fun set. This is going to be a go-to die set for me. And then also we've got the Petal Park punch. Now this is in our annual catalog. We've had it for a couple of years, but here they've added the element where they've added a flower that coordinates back with this punch. So it's so cool to be able to coordinate back and forth between products you might have in the annual catalog. And you can see I've got my watercolor pencils out here, and I've used those to color on my little projects here. And I hope that you notice how cute this little guy is. This is a little Post-it note holder, and what a cute little gift. It even folds up so it goes flat and then it sits there. I can't wait to have this on my desk. Then I'll be able to find my Post-it notes. How exciting is that? Anyway, let's get started and let me show you how to make the colors of our designer paper into a new coloration and do some wonderful coloring.
Well, I hope that you love dogwood trees as much as I do. They're just a great memory from my childhood. Right in the spring, one of the first things to come out, and these are the beautiful pink dogwoods. I think it's just so gorgeous and just so pretty. And the sentiment here, I really appreciate you. I did pull in from our Softly Sophisticated. Hopefully you already have this stamp set from Sale-a-Bration. But anyway, this detailed dogwood, this one is free with a $100 purchase. Look at all the detail that you get here. So let's go ahead and look at what else we used. I used the Perennial Postage dies. You can see there's a whole bunch of different dies. This is the one that I used to put onto the card here, and it's just a beautiful space for that. And you can see there's so many other layering sizes and things great for greetings and other details as well. And then you can see I've used here this little punch, the little dogwood flower, used the Regency Park or Petal Park punch with that. So yeah, so we've got those things. Well, let's go ahead and get our card made and our little Post-it note holder. Isn't that cute? I can't wait to show you the template and how to make this cute little little favor to give away or to just keep on your desk. Is a beautiful little desk ornament. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this going. So get rid of some of these things. And this beautiful paper, we're going to actually take this paper and do some coloring. We're going to take this piece and do some coloring to make it a different color. Now it's a different pink, but you can imagine that you can turn it into almost anything. So let's start with our card, and I've got my pieces here. And here's that beautiful paper. And I'm doing that also on our Post-it note holder. So I want to start off by getting that colored and let that dry for a little bit. This is Melon Mambo ink, and I've got a blending brush, and I'm just going to add a little bit of color. I just want this to be a blush color. I'm not looking to match the cardstock at all. I want this to be a little bit of an accent. So I'm just going to do these all at the same time. So I can do that. I think, and I love that I can do just like little dark and light areas with this blending brush, so it doesn't look all even. I like to have just a little bit of variety there. So that's all that I need to do. The middle isn't going to show on this card, so I'm doing that. And now I need to clean up my space. And you can see I've got this wonderful little glass mat, and I've got this little cleaner that just cleans everything up beautifully, and I'm ready to keep going without a mess. I love this. This glass mat is part of our offering during Sale-a-Bration for anybody who wants to become part of the company. It comes with the glass mat, of course, and you saw me use the cleaning brush, but also this great little place. This holds your ink pad, so when you're doing your brushing and stuff, it doesn't move around, so that's a great thing there. And then some mixing trays and some different things there you can use for little embellishment holders. So anyway, just a wonderful $60 value that comes completely free when you purchase your $99 kit. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Anyway, I hope that you don't miss that opportunity. This is just a fantastic offering. So let's go ahead and put our designer series paper on here, just because I can do that really quickly. Just add a few dots of glue, and I want that centered. And look at this with my glass mat. I have a grid on here, and so I can find the exact center of my card. And so I know that that's straight now. And ready to go. So there we go. I've got that. Love, love, love this glass mat. It's been so much fun to play with. Anyway, let's go ahead and get our focal point of this piece ready to go. I'm going to bring in my paper pierce mat. I think that side looks a little bit better. And I've got this piece here. And we're going to ink up, this is the stamp from this beautiful Dogwood. We're going to ink that up with our Melon Mambo. Our memento, black memento ink. And I just want to make sure, I really enjoy doing my inking this way because I can really just make sure that I have everything inked. I tend to not have it as dark in the center, so I'm just giving a little extra attention to the center. And then I'm going to place this on my piece. I think I'm going to twist it just a little bit like that. That looks like a good location. And then give it a good press. I'm going to also just wait those 3 seconds to let that ink get onto the paper. Oh, beautiful. I love it when you get a great image like this. So that's what we're doing there. And I've already stamped the greeting. And I'm going to bring in my double oval punch. And this one fits perfectly in the largest size with the scallop edge. Just fit that right in there, and that's ready to go. All right, so I've got my greeting ready to go. I've got my thing. Now it's just a time to do a little bit of coloring. I'm going to just speed through this coloring just because I want to make sure that you know how to do it. I'm going to color this flower a little more carefully than I will the other ones, just to show you how to get the color on here. And you'll notice that my pencils are not sharp. I love that because I can really get my fast coverage, and I can do wider strokes of things. So I'm just going to kind of throw my color in. This is the Melon Mambo, just trying to get the color in on the tips. And then I'm going to come in with real red. That sounds crazy, but I'm just going to add that on the tips, and that gives a little deeper color to the tips of my flowers. And then I can do a little bit of that around the edges, just a light bit around the edges, not a lot, but you can see it's blending in there. I'm going to come in with my orange pumpkin pie, add that color in. I'm adding a little bit of yellow as well, and that'll yellow up just this center and brighten it up a little bit. And then I'm going to come back with my white. And this is where I'm really going to add a lot of color. And I purposely put the white in last because it can kind of go over top of some of the pink that I put in there and blend in there. Can you see the white coming alive in the center here? And that really makes this really stand out on this darker paper. And so I think I need a little bit more of the mambo right here. You can see that, just to tie that in a little bit. There we go, just to tie that in. Just a little more color at the edges. There we go. And that's all I really need to do for the larger flowers. I'm not going to take the time to. And then what I want to show you too is that we only have Old Olive in this collection, and this is the assortment number 1 of our pencils. And so Old Olive is a little bit dark here, and so I really want to make it a lot lighter. So I'm going to go over almost all of my leaves with Daffodil Delight. And it looks kind of funny right now when I do that, but this is actually the highlight for my colors. And so I'm actually going to be mixing the colors in and using them together. So you can see I'm just adding a little bit of the green, and it gives me, and actually it shows me, like all of these lines on here show me where to add the darker color. And so I can color in this way and come in that way, my shadows, and come in there. And the last thing to do then is to grab the brown and add just the detail on the little stems of that. And there we go. There's our beautiful piece, beautifully colored and ready to go. I could spend more time, but I just don't need to. Let's go ahead and put this onto our card. I'm just going to go ahead and use a couple of dimensionals to put that on. Not too many, just a few. There we go. There. Alrighty, we've got those on. I'm going to put them on my little greeting as well. So we're ready to go with that when it's time to put that in place. Okay, there we go. Put our beautiful piece. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that the pencils pick up that same coloration there. And I've got a cute little strip here somewhere. Oh, there it is. And I want to just do a little quick piece on the end, and this end, just kind of wrap that up. I'm going to just glue this piece down as my little banner, and that sort of hides the end of my stem, which I think is a pretty thing to hide. And then we'll go ahead and add our greeting on here. So we'll just pop that right there. Grab a glue dot for our bow. Find one right here and pop that right on, and look at that beautiful card. Beautifully done. And you can take more time coloring than I did and you'll get a better result, but for right now I think it's just a beautiful card. And here's the original. So there you go. Beautifully done. Now let's go ahead and make our Post-it note holder. And hopefully I didn't lose one of the pieces. There we go. All right, so here's our Post-it note holder. And you can see it's a little easel stand. This is what it looks like. I forgot to grab that piece, but that's okay. You'll be able to see how to do that anyway. But let me just show you how to do this cute little Post-it note holder. Let me grab first the drawing. And so here's the drawing. We're going to give you a copy of this later in the video, but the size of it is 5.5 by 11. And can you see the shape here? I've tried to organize this shape. So this piece is going to get cut away, and this piece is going to get a cut away, and then you'll just have basically this shape. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you right now so that you can see what that looks like and how to make this. It's really fun the way it just all folds up and comes out of one sheet of paper. All right, so here we are. This is our Post-it note holder pieces. And this is our piece, and this has been scored. And this has been scored exactly like the drawing. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, always a great tool to have, and I'm going to cut from here to up there and just get rid of that amount, because that is what I need to get rid of. And the way I do that is I actually start down here at the spot where I want to end and go up, and that way I don't have to worry about stopping it just at the right spot. Do that again from right here, and that's at the second score line. So there's one score line here and the second score line is up there. Just make sure that I'm at the right spot. Yes, okay, just wanted to make sure while I was talking. Sometimes I get distracted. I know that that doesn't happen to anybody else, but I sure have that issue. All right, so now I've just basically cut those off, and I'm going to just get rid of that whole section right now first. So I'm done with those two sections. And those again are being at the second score line. So now I have basically this upside down T. And I'm going to get rid of this next square out here, but I'm going to cut in all the way to this line here on that side. I'm going to cut all the way into that line, and this is folding over for my edge. Then I'm going to get rid of this extra little square there and this extra little square here. Now, to make it a little bit easier to fold, I am going to do these little tiny triangles on the sides just to give me that little shape, and that will just make the box fold a little bit more easily. It's not necessary completely, but I think it works out really well. So there's all my great pieces ready to go. Let's go ahead and get out our bone folder and get this folded up and put together. So we're going to fold, first of all, this part is our front. So we'll get that ready, and then this is the base, so we'll get that going. And then this is the back, so that's going to fold down. So we're folding that one down. So that's what we have so far. And now we're going to make our easel, and so we'll fold up, or actually we'll fold back. So we're folding down, and then we'll fold back and back like this. I'll show it to you all at once. It's a little confusing, but I know you'll figure this out. So this is what it actually looks like when it's all folded. So you've got that, and this is going to come up here and make that little easel like that. So that's what the shape looks like for you. Now I'm just going to quick fold the sides in so that I have that ready as well. So I have that, fold in here, and fold there. All right, this is super easy to glue together. I'm going to start with my little flaps. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on those little flaps there. And note that I'm doing it, so I'm folding them in while I do that. And then I'm also going to put glue on the inside of these because I want these little flaps to go behind. All right, so I've got glue in lots of places, but it's going to be okay. So first this is going to fold up like that and be right here at the bottom. And I'm going to try to get the other one in place next. So that's going to hold for a second. And then this one will come back here. And that one, just have to hold it for just a couple of seconds to really make that hold. All right, and now this is the back, and I'm folding these around the back. So I can just kind of adjust that so that these fit just on this. So this is the back. And the reason I'm folding these around to the back is because when you're putting your Post-it note in, I don't want it to catch on these little edges on the inside. And so that makes the inside nice and smooth and really actually kind of pretty. Now the next thing to do is to put glue on this little piece right here. And this is the stand for our easel. So that's going to go right across there. And that, oh, I need a little bit more. Okay. And that is going to go right here where this is the bottom edge. I'll try to make sure I can show you where I am. But this is the bottom edge, and you can see the easel being formed. So I glued right in there to the back, and that makes my little pocket. And then I've got my cute little easel stand all ready to go. Well, let's just decorate it really quickly. Put our piece. We already got this one piece decorated. We already got that with our Melon Mambo ink on there. And I've got a couple of little leaf pieces, and those come from our, let's see, do I have it? Yeah, here it is. Our bow punch. That's this leaf here. And I'm just going to trim off my bottom here because I don't need that. And put these on. Just kind of stick those. I don't want them sticking up too much because when the Post-it note comes in and out, I don't want them to get caught on that. So those are there. And now it's time to do our flower. I'm going to bring back in my Melon Mambo ink. Here we are. And this cute little flower stamp. And this is part of the stamp set as well. And I'm just going to quickly stamp that on here. And it goes into our punch. So if I flip this over, I can just slide that right into the punch and punch out a little flower. There we go. And I can add that on with a dimensional. Just love this little flower. There we go. Put it right there. Grab a glue dot for my bow. And we have ourselves a cute little Post-it note holder. There we go. Okay, glue dot, bow, and there we are. And you can see I also added a piece back here, same piece that's there. So we just have this cute little Post-it note holder and our beautiful card. Well, I hope you enjoy making these projects and have a fantastic Sale-a-Bration.